Well, it happened, guys. Give a guy a mic and he starts a podcast. However, I will not be bashing women on here. I will, however, be bashing bisexual men who are versed because to me that just seems a little bit greedy. I will not be diving into it, but I will go into it in later episodes. Anywho, this is Writing Solo, and I am your host, Devin. You can call me Devin the Devil, Devin the Disabled, whatever rolls off the tongue better. I am a retired Wattpad reader and writer, an ex-veteran of making edits on Vine, Instagram, and YouTube a little bit, and I'm a hardcore Steric shipper. If you don't know who Steric is, I can't really tell you. You're gonna have to watch Teen Wolf. You're gonna have to watch all the seasons to understand. Because me telling you, you're not gonna really understand really. But anyway, this is Writing Solo. I don't really know how long the episodes are gonna be. Probably 15, 30, 20, an hour, two. Not 2 hours. I'm not editing 2 hours worth of shit. But yeah, as you can see, living lavish. I got my own studio, got my own lights, the sun. Yeah, my own studio, the car. Forget it, riding solo in the car, solo, because I'm alone. Yeah. Anywho, you know what? Let's just jump into today's topic for today. We are going to be talking about, of course, as I mentioned earlier, Wattpad. Yes. I mean, we had to dive into it, of course. Okay, so let's do this. So, like in around middle school, after denying all the gay allegations, people asking me, "Oh, can I ask you a question? Are you?" And me saying no all day, I would go home and then hop on Wattpad and read One Direction fanfic. Specifically, Larry. If you guys know anything about the Larry fanfics, woo! Oh my God, were they good? But me, mind you, never listened to any of their songs. Can't really name them except for like two of them. But I was deep into the Larry fanfics. But me personally, I was more of a Zayn guy. Like Zayn, oh, he just looks so good. Better than all of them, sorry. But there were never any really good Zayn books. And the Larry books that I would read, Zayn was always like the side character or like the best friend of the bully or whatever. So he, barely got any screen time. But Zayn, yes, hardcore uh One Direction reader. I didn't write any, but I was reading them books almost every day religiously. And I remember this one book specifically that still stays in my mind. I don't really know the name or the plot, but there's this one scene where Harry he goes into a mental asylum because who was the L? Was it Liam or Lewis? Baby, it's been like 10 years. I don't know. But Lewis Liam, they went off to college, and Harry couldn't bear him leaving because he needed him next to him. So he kind of went insane. Went to uh not an asylum, but like a mental, institution, health place. And then every day there, he was just kind of repeating his boyfriend's name over and over. He was like Liam, or Lou. You know what? I really don't remember. I really don't remember. But he would just be like Lewis, Lewis. And he was just repeating it over and over for months, 6 months to be exact. Don't know how I remember that. And then Lewis, Liam, he finally comes back and he sees the state that Harry is in. It's kind of like, whoa, what happened here, dude? And then Harry finally sees him, stops repeating his name, breaks into tears. They reunite, and after that, I really don't remember. I really don't remember, if I'm being honest with you. And some of the Larry fanfics I would read, they were mostly like enemies to lovers. And I didn't really know that I kind of liked that trope until now, thinking about it. Because now I'm like, enemies to lovers. Oh, that's just so. I'm tired of hearing it. I mean, of course, I'm tired of hearing it. That's the only books that I was reading back then. So even though that I was heavily into the MLM, MXM books back in the day. There was this when I first started getting into Wattpad, there was this one book that I read. It was a straight book, boo, and vaguely I remember it was this innocent girl and bad boy, and of course they were next door neighbors. And then I think the best friend or one of the friends tried to set them up. Um, Move forward in time. They get into this cabin. The friend locks them in there, and now it's just the bad boy and the girl, and they're kind of like, "Oh, great, I'm stuck in here with you," and there's only one bed. Yep, you know where this is going. Yep, one bed. Okay, girl, I see you. You're crazy. Okay, she thinks she was slick for that. Okay, I like this. I like it. Okay, so they're trapped in there for like a week, and they go through like all the stages of relationship. I don't even think they were actually dating. They were arguing in love. I don't know if they did. They're falling in love. They're doing this and that. They're like living out like a relationship, really. They're making food for each other. They're having a date night in this cabin. And did they share their bed? I mean, they had to share the bed. There's only one bed. Knowing how those stories go, but I think they eventually got out, or I don't know if their friend let them out, or they realized, oh, the door was unlocked this entire time, or like after a couple of days, it's like, oh, the door is unlocked. We just been playing house in here. Fuck, I wish I could remember the story. I don't even have the app anymore. It's been so long. I went back on the app like a year or two ago, and they're charging people. No, no, I'm not paying, babes. I'm sorry. No, no, thank you. And they have ads, and you gotta They're charging you to read some of the books, and it's like, wow, you guys really lost it. This used to feel like a home, and now I'm being charged to read to get a little bit oh my, to get a little bit of education. Like, are you serious? Wow. I thought we were family. You're doing this to me? Okay, okay. But where was that at? Oh, the book. And so then they eventually got out, started dating, blah blah blah. Time skip. They're at a party. They get into an argument. I think the bad boy was talking to some girl, and then the innocent shy girl. She got jealous, ran out, and as you can guess, yes, she got hit by a car, and then she gets into a coma. And after that, I really couldn't tell you. I think there were supposed to be more chapters or like a second book, but the author just took way too long to the point where I was like, I don't care anymore. And then after that, I started getting to the gay books, and I was like, okay, I'm not going back to the straight side. No, thank you. Kind of getting hot in here. I would open the window, but with all the nature sounds, no, thank you. Oh, it is getting a little steamy here from me talking. My hot ass breath. I had to move my spot because I originally was back there over there, but then people kept parking in front of me, and I'm like, bro, because this parking lot is usually always empty. But the one day I come here, everyone wants to start parking. They're staring at me, trying to set up the camera, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just not gonna deal with this, and I'm gonna move all the way to the corner of the parking lot in the shade. Yeah. But ever since I moved over here, no one is parking back over there now, which is crazy. But people are driving right in front of me, but they're not really looking at me because they need to be focused on the road, of course. What is over there? A lot of people going over there. But yeah, as you can see, filming in the car, it's gonna be a little crazy sometimes. I don't know what's gonna happen. It might rain, a squirrel might get on the roof, somebody might walk up. I don't know. I don't know. And that is the fun of this, I guess. But anywho, back to Wattpad, back to being a retired, seasoned veteran of Wattpad, serving in the Wattpad army for oh fuck, for 2, 3 years or whatever. Basically, all of middle school, all of high school, and a little bit of college, like freshman year. And then I was like, okay, I'm in a frat now. I don't want to. Wattpad isn't for me. I'm too cool for it now. But anywho, as you can probably tell, I found about Wattpad first, right? And then after a couple of years, months, I found about AO3, I think it's called. And I was like, oh, okay, let me check it out. Hated it. It looks so ghetto over there. It looks gross. There's so many words. And I was like, how the fuck do you search for anything? Why are there so many tags? Where are the covers? How am I supposed to know what? This is too much. And people love AO3 way more than Wattpad. And I feel like I'm like heading over there and I'm like, oh, okay. You guys got a white refrigerator over here. I'm just gonna go back to Wattpad. They have AC. I'm sorry, you guys understand, right? I mean, I would love to be over here. You guys seem cool, cool people. But Wattpad, that's just more my thing. No shade to you guys, but over here it just looks a little. It just looks a little dirty. There, I said it. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Not really. But I tried to get into it, and some of my friends would even send me stories from there, and I'm like, look, I can't. I need to be like on an app. I can't be on a web browser, Safari. I can't do it. I'm sorry. I got to be on an app so it knows where I stopped last. Because on Safari, if you haven't been back in a while, it just refreshes the whole page, and then you're like, okay, well now I don't know where the fuck I'm at. Well, I don't know if it did it back then, but it does it now a lot. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not even gonna worry about it. No, thank you. Ugh. Oh my gosh, we're talking about Wattpad, and I said I'm a writer and reader, and I haven't even talked about the stuff that I would write. Some of the stuff that I wrote, one story in particular, it was about Trump winning the re-election, which kind of happened. And wait, re-election or the his? You know what the fuck I mean. He won again, and everything just kind of went downhill, as what's happening right now. And then everything kind of went back to like stereotypical what guys girls do, and there was like these underground bunkers, these penitentiaries where kids would go to be kind of trained to be a stereotypical man, blah 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 blah. And then this girl Ava, she didn't want to do that, so she eventually broke out, and then she went to go kill the what the fuck, it's not the president anymore because this is like years in the future. They have like a different label. Commander? No. What the fuck was it? It's been so long. I don't know. But anywho, she broke out, and if you had killed the whatever title I gave them, then you become the new whatever title it is. She came across a girl on her travels. They of course relationship, and then the warden of the penitentiary, after he finds out, he knows that she escaped. He sends one of the best guys in there, the best fighter, best killer after her. So then that guy, which his name was Atlas, kind of hunts her down. And then Ava's best friend in there, Lucas, who is gay and didn't really want to do like the whole fighting, killing, whatever. Nice guy. He breaks out then to go save her, to kind of like warn her, save her. And as I said earlier, he doesn't want to do the killing. He turns into a killer. He kills almost everyone he comes to contact with, even if it's on accident. Everyone he comes into contact with. And I think it kind of ruined him a little, but at the end of the story, they won. Body disappeared. And I was writing the book too, kind of like the prequel of Luna, the girl that Ava met. And then I don't know, I just kind of lost it. I was in college during that time, so I was just kind of busy with college stuff, being in a frat, whatnot. So I was just like, you know what? And I'm just gonna leave it at that. Okay. So one of the gay stories that I did read back in the day that was probably by far my favorite was a story called Possessive, I think. And mind you, it's been a while, so bear with me. But anywho, this gay guy, he was running through the woods, I guess, when he hit his steps in, of course. He comes across this other guy who kills this guy, and then the killer finds the twink that was running, and then he, fuck, what happened? I don't know. Time skip. They fuck. Um, what the fuck happened? I just remember as the title of the book, Possessive. The killer, he does get kind of possessive. He beats up the bully. Bad boy jacket, motorcycle, badass guy, or whatever. And I can't remember if he gets killed because he's like in cahoots with this mafia. Wow, I seem like a fake um Wattpad reader because I can't remember anything. But all this stuff happened so long ago. Well, I was reading it so long ago, so I can barely remember. Ah, but I would like to reread it, to be honest. He was just very possessive. It's probably one of the best Wattpad gay books that I've ever read. There are a few Steric books that were good, to be honest, but I can't remember those as much as the book Possessive, I'm being honest. And the Larry fanfics were very good as well, but Possessive, it was just too good. That like left me like I was reading it at school, reading about them fucking. I'm at lunch like, okay, yeah, get into it, okay. But yeah, um, guys, I think that's about it for me. It's about 20 minutes. That's good. So for each episode, I'm gonna do these things called quote of the week. Something for you to think on. Get that brain moving. Interpret the quotes however you want to, or whatever. This quote of the week is it's either boss up or get bossed around. Some of these quotes, mind you, I've collected quotes over the years. So I don't know if these are from certain people, certain lyrics. I've just heard it and been like, oh, that A. Oh, that A. I'm putting that down. And like the list of quotes, I've started 2018. Yeah, so it's a long list. But anywho, I hope you have enjoyed episode one. I hope you enjoyed me yapping. If you wanted to follow the pod, you can follow it on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Apple Podcast, Spotify at Writing Solo. I think on Instagram, TikTok, and yeah, Instagram, TikTok is writingsolo.pod. If you want to follow me, hey, it is Infinity Devon on everything: Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube. YouTube, I don't think so. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. I think that's it. I think I hit all the things. Anywho, I hope you guys enjoy this, and I will see you guys next week. Peace.